Hello, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel.
Hello, I'm Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and welcome back to my official channel. And let me just tell you right now that I am absolutely exhausted. I have been staring at my computer screen for what feels like 10 million hours. My eyes are burning and my fingers are actually cramping up from typing so fast. But I just had to get this out to you guys immediately because the news I just got about The Bold and the Beautiful is completely insane. I am on a massive deadline and I don't even have time to proofread this. So you are just going to get my raw and unfiltered brain dump. It might be clunky, it might be a total mess, but I don't care because the drama that is about to drop on our screens is literally going to change everything. Just mind blown, completely and totally mind blown. So grab a coffee or something strong because we have a lot to talk about today. So let's start with the absolute train wreck that is the Logan family right now. We all knew that the fashion preview was going to be bad. The spoilers told us that Brooke and Ridge were going to derail Katie's big press conference. But nobody could have predicted how far it was going to go. And the fallout is just massive. So Katie and Bill were up there on stage. They were trying to launch this new Logan fashion line using Eric's designs. And Katie was finally getting her moment in the sun. She has been pushed aside for so long and she just wanted to make a name for herself. But then Broken Ridge barged in, and they didn't just interrupt, they absolutely destroyed her. They played dirty. They humiliated Katie in front of the entire fashion world, in front of all the cameras and all the reporters, and the public backlash was instant, and it was brutal. The media just ripped Katie apart. The public outrage was so loud and so mean. People were calling her a thief and a fraud. And Katie was just standing there watching her entire dream burn to the ground. Because of her own sister, Brooke did this to her again. And I just can't even wrap my tired head around how many times Brooke has ruined Katie's life. But this time was different. This wasn't just about a man. This was about Katie's career and her worth as a person, and the pressure just pushed Katie right over the edge. She was backed into a corner with nowhere to go. The public hated her. Her family betrayed her, and she just snapped. So Katie realizes that her dream is dead, and it was killed without any mercy by her own flesh and blood. And she decides she is done playing the victim. She is done being the sad little sister who just takes the hits and cries. So she comes up with the craziest plan ever, a completely unhinged and wild plan. She decides to fake her own death. Yes, you heard me right. Katie Logan is faking her death, and she does it in the most dramatic way possible, because of course she does. She takes her car and she drives out to this super lonely cliff on the outskirts of Los Angeles. I am picturing it right now. It is probably dark and raining because it always is when someone goes off a cliff on this show. And she just sends the car right over the edge. She drives it straight down the rocky drop. A massive crash. Total destruction. But here is the trick. She wasn't actually in the car when it went all the way down. She set it up. She made it look like she was driving, but she bailed out. And she left enough evidence behind to make everyone think she was inside when it hit the bottom and exploded or smashed into the rocks. And then she sneaks away in the dark while the police and the fire trucks are rushing to the scene of the crash. She secretly gets on a boat, a private boat that she must have arranged ahead of time, and she escapes. She literally sails away from Los Angeles and heads straight for the Caribbean. A total ghost, leaving all her problems and all her backstabbing family members behind in the dirt. And back in LA, the news breaks. The police find the car, they see the wreckage, and they make the call. They tell the family that Katie is gone. Everyone believes she is dead. They think the public pressure and the humiliation from the press conference was just too much for her. They think she took her own life or drove off the cliff in a fit of despair because her sister ruined her life. And the guilt that hits Brooke is just heavy, like a ton of bricks. Brooke falls into this deep, dark hole of endless guilt because she knows she caused this. She knows she pushed her sister too far. Brooke is just weeping, nonstop crying. She can't eat. She can't sleep. She is walking around the Forrester mansion like a zombie because she realizes that her petty feud over some dress designs ended up costing her sister's life. At least that is what she thinks. Bridge is trying to comfort her, but it is no use. Eric is probably feeling terrible too since he helped derail the launch. And Bill, oh my gosh, Bill Spencer, he is going to lose his mind. He was just telling Katie that they would turn things around, and now she is dead. The mother of his child, Will, is going to be completely devastated, and they are all going to blame Brooke. The whole family is going to point their fingers at Brooke and say she killed Katie. But the joke is on them because Katie is not dead, not even a little bit. While Brooke is drowning in tears and planning a funeral, Katie is living her best life. She is down in the Caribbean right now. I can just see the scene. The bright blue water, the hot sun, a massive luxury yacht. And Katie is just sitting there in a huge sun hat and big sunglasses, sipping a very expensive glass of red wine, just taking a sip and smiling because she knows exactly what is happening back in LA. She knows Brooke is suffering and she is loving every single second of it. And Katie is not just hiding out for fun. She is planning, she is plotting her ultimate comeback. She is going to let them suffer for a while. Let Brooke really feel the pain of losing her sister. Let the guilt eat her alive from the inside out. And then when the time is perfectly right, Katie is going to return. She is going to rise from the dead and she is going to absolutely destroy them. She is going to tear Brooke's life apart piece by piece. And honestly, I am here for it. I am so tired of Katie being the punching bag. It is about time she got some real revenge. Dark Katie is the best Katie. And this storyline is going to feed us for months. But wait, because I am not even done yet. I told you I am typing furiously because there is so much to cover. My hands are literally shaking from the caffeine and the drama because while the Logan family is dealing with a fake death, there is a literal life and death situation happening across town. And it involves Sheila Carter. Of course it does, because it is always Sheila. So let's back up a bit. We know from the spoilers that Steffi has been warning Taylor and Deacon to stay away from each other. Steffi knew that if Sheila found out about her husband cheating with Taylor, it would be a bloodbath. Steffi even threatened to cut Taylor out of the family. But Taylor and Deacon just wouldn't listen. They kept playing with fire. They kept feeling that temptation. And they kept sneaking around. And we all asked the question, how long until Sheila realizes something is up? Well, the answer is now. Sheila found out, and her reaction is exactly as terrifying as you would expect. Sheila's rage just boils over. It is not just anger. It is pure, unfiltered fury. Because Deacon was supposed to be her safe place, Deacon was the one guy who accepted her crazy past and married her anyway. He was her redemption. And he betrayed her with Taylor Hayes, the woman Sheila hates more than almost anyone else in the world. The woman who has always looked down on her, the mother of the girl who always tries to put Sheila in jail. It is the ultimate slap in the face. So Sheila snaps. The evil Sheila is back in full force. She grabs a weapon, a gun, and she is not messing around. She doesn't want to talk. She doesn't want to yell. She wants to end Taylor's life. She marches straight over to Taylor's clinic, and the weather outside matches her mood perfectly. It is pouring rain, dark and stormy. Sheila kicks the door open or bursts in, and Taylor is just standing there, trapped. Taylor sees the look in Sheila's eyes, and she knows this is it. This is the end. Sheila raises the weapon. She points it right at Taylor's chest, and the tension is just thick enough to cut with a knife. Taylor is terrified. Sheila is screaming about betrayal and how Taylor steals everything from her. Sheila's finger goes to the trigger. She is pulling it. The pressure is building. This is the exact second where Taylor is supposed to die. But then, out of absolutely nowhere, Deacon comes flying into the room. Deacon must have figured out that Sheila knew, he must have tracked her down, and he sees the gun. He sees Taylor about to get shot. And he doesn't even think, he doesn't hesitate for a single second. Deacon literally throws his entire body through the air. He leaps right into the line of fire. He uses his own body as a human shield to cover Taylor. And as he is jumping, he screams at the top of his lungs. He yells at Sheila that he would rather die than let her hurt Taylor. And that right there, that is the moment everything stops. Deacon's absolute sacrifice just hangs in the air. He is willing to take a bullet for Taylor. He loves Taylor that much. He cares about her so much that his own life doesn't even matter to him anymore. And Sheila hears those words. She sees her husband shielding another woman, and it just breaks her. The sheer force of Deacon's love for Taylor just shatters Sheila's evil plan. All the malice, all the hate, all the violent rage that was pumping through Sheila's veins just evaporates into thin air. Because what is the point? What is the point of killing Taylor if Deacon loves her this much? If she pulls the trigger, she kills the man she loves. And even if she only kills Taylor, Deacon will hate her forever. He just proved that his heart belongs to Taylor, not Sheila. And the reality of that is just too harsh for Sheila to handle. It is a crushing blow to her soul. Sheila's hand starts to shake. The gun gets heavy, and the pain in her eyes is just raw. She looks at Deacon covering Taylor, and she just drops the weapon. It hits the floor with a loud thud. The sound echoes in the quiet clinic. Sheila doesn't say a word. She is just in absolute agony. Her heart is completely broken. She turns around and she walks out. She walks right out of the clinic and into the pouring rain. The rain is just washing over her, mixing with her tears. And she makes a vow right then and there. She can't stay in Los Angeles anymore. The pain is too much. The reality of her failed marriage and her unloved status is too heavy. So she swears she is leaving LA immediately. She is going to run away to escape this brutal truth. She is just going to vanish into the night. And I am sitting here typing this, and my jaw is literally on the floor. I mean, think about the impact of this. Deacon just became the ultimate hero. He risked everything, and Taylor owes him her life. That is going to bond them together forever. Steffi is going to lose her mind when she hears about this. Her mother almost died, but the guy she hates, Deacon, is the one who saved her. How is Steffi going to process that she can't hate Deacon anymore? He saved Taylor, and Sheila is gone. The big bad villain is leaving town brokenhearted. And meanwhile, we have the other side of town where everyone thinks Katie is dead. Brooke is planning a funeral while Katie is tanning on a yacht. The contrast is just wild. The writers are giving us everything right now. High stakes drama, fake deaths, murder attempts, ultimate sacrifices, and I am just trying to keep up. My keyboard is probably going to break from how hard I am hitting these keys, but I had to give you all the details. I couldn't leave anything out, even if my sentences are clunky and I am repeating myself, because this is the kind of soap opera gold that we live for. We watch for years to get payoffs like this. The Logan sisters feud finally reaching a deadly climax, even if it is a fake one, and the Sheila Carter saga taking a tragic romantic turn where love actually beats violence. It is just poetic. It really is. And let's just talk a little bit more about Brooke's mental state, because I think this is going to be the most fascinating part of the fallout. Brooke has always been the golden child in her own mind. She always thinks she is doing the right thing. Even when she crashed Katie's press conference, Brooke thought she was protecting the Forrester brand. She thought she was being righteous. But now with Katie dead, all that self-righteousness is gone. It is replaced with pure ugly guilt. Brooke is going to have to look in the mirror every single day and know that her actions pushed her sister off a cliff. I bet Brooke will start having nightmares. She will probably see Katie's face everywhere. She might even start drinking again, or she might lean so heavily on Ridge that it pushes him away, because Ridge is going to feel guilty too. Ridge was right there with Brooke. Ridge helped ruin the launch. How is Ridge going to look at his son RJ? How is he going to look at Bill? The tension at Forrester Creations is going to be suffocating. Nobody is going to want to work. The new girl, Dylan, is probably going to be terrified of the toxic environment. Elektra is going to be dealing with Will's grief because Will just lost his mother. And Will is going to be a wreck. He was just fighting with RJ over Elektra. He was just accusing the Forresters of stealing the designs, and now his mom is dead because of those same Forresters. Will is going to hate Ridge and Brooke with a fiery passion. He might even try to take down Forrester Creations from the inside. And Bill will help him. Bill is going to go into full ruthless dollar bill mode. He will want blood. He will want to destroy Brooke. The woman he used to love, because she took Katie from him, the revenge coming from the Spencer men is going to be legendary. But all of that anger and all of that grief is based on a lie. A beautiful, sneaky, brilliant lie created by Katie Logan. I just keep picturing Katie on that boat. I wonder who helped her. Did she hire someone? Did she pay off a coroner to fake a report, or is she just winging it? Whatever she did, she is a genius. She is sitting in the Caribbean. Maybe she is reading the online news articles about her own tragic death. Maybe she is watching the Forrester stock drop because of the scandal, and she is just laughing. A dark, twisted laugh. She is finally in control. For the first time in her life, Katie is pulling the strings, and Brooke is the puppet dancing on the end of them. And then we have the Sheila situation. Sheila leaving LA is a huge deal. She has terrorized this town for decades. And she isn't leaving because she got arrested. She isn't leaving because she got shot. She is leaving because her heart got broken. That is so rare for a villain like Sheila. Usually villains go out in a blaze of glory, but Sheila is going out in a rainy, sad walk of shame. She realized that she can't force someone to love her. She saw Deacon jump in front of that gun, and she saw the truth. Deacon's truth. Deacon is going to be